Is this the best handmade titanium spinner in the world? Okay, so take a look at this. Those are titanium pry bars packaged in a little Cogent Industries or Cogent packing, heat sealed pouches. Those are titanium pry bars. Oh, I said that. They are called Primal, and these are titanium pry bars from the Kickstarter project, and I think there's about 430, 440 of them going out. So this is a pile we're counting just now. This morning I am printing the labels. They will be packed today, possibly tomorrow, and all shipped out to backers this coming week. So kind of exciting to get those out the door, because it's the first project where I've delivered really early on. Like, I think the shipping date for those is something like, I don't know, like a month or two from now, but you know, managed to get out the door pretty quickly. So that's what's going on. I've got to print some labels now. Right, those are the labels printed, 400 and something of them. Feels like progress. It's good. It's Sunday morning. I was up nice and early. No days off in the world of business titanium stuff. What I'm going to do now is edit yesterday's video, the video you would have seen yesterday. I am editing that. Sometimes I do it the same day at night, sometimes I do it the next morning, depending on what's going on. So I'm going to edit that, upload that. I'm then going to go down to the workshop. Right, workshop time. Right, in at the workshop. You know, it's Sunday here. There's something awesome about being in a workshop when there's no other businesses open, and you know there's no one else around. You know, a Sunday or a Saturday, you know, morning or evening, or a weekday evening or a weekday early morning. There's something about being in a workshop and doing a little bit of work sort of outside business hours, sort of outside your own hours. If you've got your own workshop, or you know, you'll know what I mean. But this, I don't know what it is. Something about it. Got my leather thing, overall, apron, whatever. Stop the sparks, keep my clothes good. Now, what I'm going to do is grind this small one first. I might just grind this one only today, but this is certainly going to be the one I'm going to start with, because it's, you know, closest to the final thing. I've also got this one here. The current working name for this one is the Fat Boy, which I think is kind of a cool name, or you know, the something Fat Boy version. I don't know if I'll do that one today, I'll see. I'm going to do this one just now, pop the bearing out, and do some grinding. Okay, so that is the latest prototype titanium spinner, all hand ground. Did it on the rough wheel first and then on the sort of smoother Scotch Brite after that, and so you can sort of see it's fairly bright and somewhat angular. I don't have time to test it just now, I have to go meet a friend for lunch, but after that we'll get down to business and discuss it. Right, okay, I will keep this short because, as you may have noticed, this is a different lens. I'm more in your face. The sound quality is shocking. I left my main camera in the pickup. My dad's taking the pickup away, so I have to use my old camera, which doesn't have a decent microphone and it's a different lens. Anyway, I will keep it short because I think it'll have bad sound quality and I don't want to keep talking if it's bad sound quality. I'll just give you enough information to cover the spinner. So this was the spinner from earlier. I will show you now. This lens, just out of interest, this lens is an expensive lens. It's a really good lens, and so you'll be able to see the quality. So it's actually a bit of a bonus that we've got this good lens to see this, because it'll show you in a way that the other lens can't. So look at that. So, you'll have seen that it's quite good, quite angular, quite, I think it looks good. It does look good. And it's still a bit rough though. You'll notice that there's, it's not, the angles aren't fully angled, there's a bit of curve to them. But that's because I just did it on a big old wheel, a big grinding wheel. I've never really ground much stuff in my life, so I think it turned out pretty well for having done that. It's reasonably well balanced. The bearing is sitting somewhat centered, so when I spin it, you will see that it doesn't go too badly. It's a bit wobbly, but not too bad. This is the thing. It works really, really well. The prototyping before took me up to sort of, I don't know, maybe 60% of what it needs to be before I sort of go to CNC and actually produce the very, very final prototype sort of ready for launch. This has taken me up to 90. It's a big jump. And I don't know if you remember, but in yesterday's video I talked about designing how you get really, really close to sort of a final design. You're like, oh, this is going well, this is going well. And it gets to a point where it all unravels and you're like, this is a pile of rubbish. And what usually happens is it comes together in a way that's simpler and just works better, and your confidence level is higher, and you get the idea. And so this is it. This is really, really close. I won't go into detail here. The reason for that is I have another prototype to go. I know I do, because this is a little bit too narrow to accept the button. It's just so I can test the sort of length and the angles and things. So I'm having another prototype cut, another blank cut right now. I will hopefully grind that tomorrow and have this similar thing to this, but a little bit different. And yeah, I think I'll call it a day at that. This camera is causing issues. I think it's the card, but it is what it is. So I'll leave you with that. I've shown you this. I will go into more detail about it tomorrow, hopefully, if I get the next prototype ground down and finished kind of just like this. I will leave you with a quote, of course. I don't know who it's by, but I think it's been attributed to the US Marines, and I thought since I had this backup camera, it's an appropriate quote today. I love it. And it is, 2 is 1 and 1 is none.